So just rolled up here to Jekyll Island Campground. Never been here before. Got our map here. Looks like we're headed to F-16. Ty, can you drive to F-16?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. So compared to our last few camping trips, we got set up pretty early this time. It's 3 in the afternoon here in Jekyll Island and we're already set up. You can see it a lot better now that there's not as much shading going on. You can see kind of our setup there in the back. It's kind of warm down here. You can see already busting a sweat. The lows are only in the 70s, but it is nice and shaded. Got the air going in the pop-up, nice and cool in there. Supposed to get up to about 77 both days we're going to be down here. So a little warm, but I think we'll be okay. Got plenty of shade. AC's working good. Looking forward to this weekend.
Y'all, so I told Titus to leave this squirrel alone, but he gave him his brownie. I don't know if y'all can see him. And now he's eating Titus's brownie. Let me see if I can get closer. I know, and I'm worried about the squirrel eating that brownie because it's not good for him. Hi, what just happened with that squirrel? Okay, get your finger out of your nose. Okay, don't put your fingers in your nose. Can you come tell me what just happened with that squirrel? I don't think he's sick yet, but what did you do to that squirrel? Back up just a little bit. That squirrel ate your brownie? I think he liked your brownie though, didn't he? But we're not going to give the squirrel any more brownies, are we? Because it could make him sick. Because squirrels aren't supposed to eat brownies.
But could you read this?
Sure. Can you tell me about the turtle that you got? Hold on just a second. Back up a little bit.
The sea turtle and then Gigi got it so I can do it until I get my real turtle.
Oh, that was so smart of her. So, are you wanting a real turtle?
Yeah.
What, do you have a preference of what kind of turtle?
I would like just a regular turtle.
Just a regular turtle. What kind of plans do we have with this turtle?
We gotta feed them.
Okay.
But I gotta do everything.
That's right. Who told you that?
You?
Yeah, I did. I did tell you that. I told you if we got a turtle, you were taking care of it. Do you think that Tiger and Bella will like a turtle?
Not Tiger.
Not Tiger.
No, we'll keep Tiger outside.
You're going to push Tiger outside and let a turtle come inside? What do you think? Look at me. What do you think Tiger's going to think about that? He's going to think, Okay, another squirrel has come to visit us. Y'all, he got the rest of the brownie. He just took it, and his other little squirrel friend seems super upset. He's like, dude, you didn't leave me any brownie. Oh, he got a little bit, Abram. He got a little bit. I have a strong feeling that they're about to get in those crackers and open them up. What do you think? He looks so cute sitting there. Like that could be our pet squirrel. Let's name him. What's his name? Chippy. That's a great squirrel name. He's just chomping up that brownie. I hope he's not allergic to chocolate.
So we're going to throw in a little homegrown flavor tonight for supper. We got some pole beans here we just picked from the garden at the house before we headed off down here to Jekyll Island. So we're just going to snap these babies up and put them in a pot with some boiling water. Probably fry a little bit of bacon or cook a little bit of bacon on the Blackstone to throw in there with them, give them a little seasoning. So we're going to go with some fresh flavor here. Went up to the road earlier to I guess the only grocery store on the island and bought a few things. I didn't think I bought that much. Man, I don't know if it's just because it's on the island or what, but that was some expensive groceries. I spent $162 or so before I even knew it. But got what we needed. We're going to cook pork chops. Kids like pork chops better than steak. They didn't have any. All they had was steak and hamburger meat. So I got a couple ribeyes. I think we're just going to do some canned corn, cream corn. Heat that up on one of our burners. Excuse me, and then have some of these fresh green beans here for supper. So on the sign coming into this place, there's a message there that says beware of the raccoons. Evidently this place has got some bad raccoon problems, and you got to be careful leaving your trash out and stuff. It's funny because the last place we were at, Black Rock, we had to worry about bears, and here it's raccoons. So we'll have to take our trash, not far, just a little walk right there, to the dumpsters every night. Can't leave that out. Got to make sure all of our bins are secured up nice. A lot of squirrels running around here. Squirrel tried to get in our brownie container earlier, but just have to be a little careful, I reckon. The one really nice thing, when you pull up in here, there's a stop sign there that says all incoming or new visitors stop right here. And then they got guys on golf carts that basically escort you back here to where your spot is. You're just not, if you've never been here before, you're not just kind of aimlessly wandering around looking to see where your spot is. You got somebody that takes it right to you. We even had, because my mom booked this, I had a choice of 2 spots, and he was real nice. He showed me a bunch of spots so I could pick which one we wanted, and never have had that happen before during our short history of camping, so that was really nice to see. All right, we got our beans snapped here. We're gonna give them a little rinse at our sink. And you may have seen the sink in some of our other videos. This is actually considered a fish cleaning table. You get them off Amazon, but it really works awesome for camping. That way we don't have to use the sink in there and worry about draining it. We can do all our hand washing, dishwashing, vegetable washing, all that out here. Drains down to a little bucket. We empty that once a day or so, and just mighty handy to have. You take these fixtures off, we just store those in a Ziploc bag inside the camper. The table folds up just like any other folding table, and probably one of the best $50 investments we have made as far as this pop-up goes here. Let me get some of those in the bottom. These here are pretty clean. They came from my garden. I know there's nothing on them that really needs to be washed off, but just in case there's any dirt on there, we want to get that off. Alright, we're ready to get them in a pot of boiling water. Well, good figure. As our luck would have it, it's raining, so we had to pile everything underneath the tent here. Got our green beans going, got our corn going. Let me show you this over here. And we got a couple ribeyes on the Blackstone here. Couldn't find any chuck eyes, which is my favorite. We found these ribeyes. I got this burner here as hot as I can get it. And we just get a little sear on. It won't take these to get long at all. By the time we get a good little crust on one side, we'll flip them over. They'll be ready to go. Do a little groceries tonight. So they weren't kidding when they said beware of the raccoons. I put the food box, the dry stuff, in the truck last night. I came out here, woke up about 2-3 o'clock in the morning, come out here to see that they had gotten into my eggs. I had no idea they could open a cooler, but they did. Open it, grab the eggs out of there, dumped them all out right there, ate them. They didn't mess with my leftover green beans there, or any of the drinks or milk in there, but got all of our eggs. Now what's weird is they can evidently open that cooler, but they didn't fool with this one over here. And this one's got all the goodies in it. This one's got hot dogs, all kind of food, sandwich meat. Not sure why they didn't go for this one. It's just as easy to open as the other one is. But note to self, got to do a little more damage protection from the raccoons. So on our last camping trip to Black Rock Mountain, we learned a real hard lesson about lowering this awning on one side when it's going to rain. So we took a little trip over to Hiawassee and came back, and it had rained, and this thing right here, it was just bowed completely. I don't have a good footage of it because it was raining, but it was just kind of a V right there. I can show you some of the damage. here. You see where it's bent right there, little hole there. Not a huge deal. I was able to get it bent back enough, and when we got back home, laid it on a couple of sawhorses and got it straightened back out. It's still a little uneven right there, but it's functional. And we've heard that this Dometic company that makes this awnings is not really great with warranties, so we're just not going to fool with it. We're going to deal with it, and still serving its purpose, but we know now to let one end down if we know it's going to rain. We've had to do that several times here already this weekend. Where are we going, Bubby?
We're going to a turtle place where you can see turtles, and we're at Jekyll Island.
Too many days in the darkness without a glimpse of the light. Running tired and broken and scared, but I swear I'll never give up the fight. I see you broken and beat, head pulled down over your eyes. Every part of you wants to surrender, but darling, you were meant to survive. With every star, we are born again.
So we got some special guests on Pop-Up Life this weekend over here camping at Jekyll Island Campground. First time for us here. First time I've ever even been to Jekyll Island.
Me too.
Much less go to the campground. My mom and some of her friends come here every year. Got my good buddy P-Dub here and his wife Katie. Me and P-Dub used to live together back in our college days, way back in the day, and they live in St. Augustine now. Now, P-Dub, you used to go to Jekyll a lot when you were a kid, right?
Yeah, I grew up several summers coming here on 4th of July. Spent a lot of family time over here. Not a lot to do except to do family time.
Right, right. And you though made the comment that the downtown area has kind of grown up quite a bit since
It's been redeveloped and reorganized, and I think that's kind of the way they've got it structured now.
We went down there, there's like one little grocery store, and there's like a hopping little area with several restaurants and stuff going on. Grocery store is extremely tight quarters. Nowhere you
don't take your kids over
you
unless
can't
you want to
take
buy about
a bunch of kids or push around, a lot of buggies in there. But we'll do an official campground review on the next video. But I think we just wanted to give a little bit of our comments on what we thought about this place and coming down here, and just kind of the weekend in general. So earlier today we went to the sea turtle rehabilitation place. What y'all think about that?
It's pretty cool. Yeah, the cool interactive stuff for the kids, and cool to see what kind of turtles? Green turtles, right?
They had green turtles. They had about 5 different species of turtles.
I felt
Turtles, the box turtles.
Yes, box turtles.
Yeah.
I felt like we were just saw a newborn baby born though. They had this glass where they showed the animals they were working on, and they like brought the sea turtle up there, and you could see his little flippers.
Had some birds in there too. They were working on some birds.
Yeah. They're the only sea turtle rescue unit in Georgia.
And we're actually me and Brooklyn are in the process of investigating getting a pet turtle.
Someone said, "I wish I lived in your circus." I was like, no.
So
I told her we have 3 gopher. Well, we're hoping 3 gopher tortoises on our property that they're our pets, and they like interact with the dog.
I have a male and a female.
Yeah.
They've been there before we bought the property, and the male lives in the back, and the female lives up by our house.
And then we had, like, we saw the teeniest little baby, but then we haven't seen it.
what are their names?
We haven't named them. They're still in the wild.
We name them, we
Boy
call,
turtle
we call
and girl
them different
turtle?
things.
Okay.
Depending on the season.
I think depend what weeks it is. It's Lucy or Lily.
Yeah. Lucy.
The kids change their names probably every few weeks.
Yeah.
So we dealt with a little coastal moisture earlier on in the camping trip this weekend, but that all got out of here this morning.
It was raining this morning, and
it's been nice since then. I guess that's just the cost of kind of coming down here and camping. Anytime when it's still a little warm, you're gonna get a little bit of that.
Boy, you don't want to cancel or change your camping trip just because there's a 60% chance of rain. Could be scattered. It downpoured in St. Simons, which is just across the intercoastal from us, and it barely rained here. So you could see it raining several miles off in the distance, but never really downpoured here today.
And when a lot of times it's always 60% chance of rain here, right?
Yeah.
You always,
weather guessers, they got the best job, don't they?
You're always going to get a little, just a little bit of rain. The weather app I use gives you the forecasted precipitation amounts, and you can see on there it was like a tenth of rain or whatever, so you can tell it's just a little bubble here and there. But it got on out of here, finally dried out a little bit. One thing about this place being in the shade so much, it doesn't dry out as quick as if we were in the direct sun.
No. Even though it stopped raining, it still felt like it was raining.
They actually, this is the first time I've seen this. They sell pine straw here, and if you just can't deal with the leaves and the wetness, you can.
I think it's a good idea.
I think it's the dirt in the camper.
Keep the dirt down
Chaz
in the
over
camper.
Poo-pooing on it.
I'm not poo-pooing on it. I just thought it was.
I thought it was
We
neat.
saw some down the road
You can
that
fluff
someone had
up your
just thrown
campsite.
out by the road, and Paul's like, "Let's pick that up." The free pine straw.
That's
a good idea. That's a good idea.
Another note: we were just informed earlier we have unlimited firewood tonight.
Oh, I didn't hear that one.
I can't tell you who my sources are, but I went and bought some firewood.
Finally.
I went and bought some firewood earlier, and then I was talking to a source.
It's last night of camping. They don't want to take it back home. So
And
you gotta burn it
my
tonight.
source said, "I've got a truckload. Get all you want."
Oh, don't they? That's a good excuse to
said-
stay up all night.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll be taking advantage
I
of that
said,
one.
"I'm your huckleberry there."
I'll be sure to take all this firewood.
I bought like $10 worth earlier, but
We need to talk about the fishing pier right across the street.
yeah. So right
and the
across.
horseback riding.
Yeah.
Right across the street, like we rode our bikes over there, I feel like 3 or 4 or 5 times now. There's an awesome, well, first along the little street there's a horseback riding area, and we saw several groups doing the horse thing, and they have a little trail they go on, and they eventually
And it goes on the beach.
Yep,
Yeah.
gets on the beach, and then go past that, and there's this huge, massive pier.
Yeah.
And
I've never seen a
lots
pier
of
that
people
jutted
fishing on
out
it.
like a T.
Yep,
You know, like most piers just go straight. This one goes out and then both ways.
very fancy.
Well,
Very
I mean, it's just a
fancy.
lot of area.
And then as you're on the pier, you look to the right, you can see this massive barge that is flipped over. And Paul knows all the details on that.
Oh, dude, let's not quote those details on recorded.
So just over a year ago, a car carrier
Everybody
was
fact check this.
ran aground in the channel out in between St. Simons and Jekyll, and
We're talking about a massive unit.
yeah, I think there's over 4,000 cars on there.
It was 400
carrier.
earlier today.
It was 40,000 last night.
There's a lot of cars on there.
A lot of cars.
It was 4 and some
There
zeros.
was a
We
lot
haven't,
of cars
we haven't
on it.
I don't know
confirmed.
if it's 1,
But,
2, or 6.
but when it flipped, people got trapped in there, right?
I think there was some crew members that had to get cut out. It took a few days. But,
And then they've got this massive looking pieces of equipment over there now that they're trying to,
huge cranes and barges.
and I don't know what they're doing, but it's basically just this big thing that's running around.
Okay.
Uh-oh, there's Tata. Tata, you want to sit in?
Not right now. He doesn't want to.
Anyway, we've had a good time here, and I think, at least speaking for myself, this is someplace I would definitely come back, but I probably want to come back a few more days. You know, stay more than 2
longer.
nights. Stay
Yeah.
more than 2 nights. I don't think I'd want to come here during the heat of summer. I think right now, November, December, January is perfect time to be
Low
down here.
bug population.
Low bug. We haven't had any skeeter issues so far. This blazing fire helps a little bit, but definitely would recommend this place. And y'all stay tuned for our official campground review video we'll be doing coming up next on our next video. I just want to thank Paul and Katie here for joining us
thank you,
on
buddy.
Pop-Up Life. And I hope everybody enjoyed this one. If you did, Give us a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and ring that bell so you get notified every time we come out with a new video. We'll see y'all next time.
See ya.